Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today, surprise surprise, we're talking about Tom Clancy's XDefiant. If this is your first time around the channel, then welcome, but if you're my usual Division crowd, then just know I don't have any intention on replacing mainline Division coverage with XDefiant content. However, because it is clearly Division related, and because I honestly think I will have fun with it, regardless of all of the warranted and unwarranted negativity it's gotten, I do plan on making a few videos here and there on the game once it does come out. Flame me all you want for it. You may remember that I've done a few XDefiant videos in the past, and it's been a while since anything has been said about the game at all, really. But recently we've gotten some news, and so here we are. If you want more XDefiant content in the future as we get closer to the game's release, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Again, we do mainly Division content around here, which XDefiant certainly falls under the umbrella of, but I've enjoyed what I've seen and may or may not have played of the game so far. So yeah, also if you want to stay as up-to-date as possible about this stuff, then be sure to go follow me on Twitter at Rogue_Gold. The link is in the description of this video. This news was from the middle of last week or so, but I'm just getting around to it now. But if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen my retweet of it back then. So yeah, do that if you were so inclined. But without further ado, let's talk about XDefiant. The game has finally resurfaced from the shadows, and I am very interested to see what it is bringing to the table this time around. So, just to quickly recap for the uninitiated, XDefiant was revealed last summer as a new Tom Clancy IP, which was clearly originally meant to be a Division game. It's built in Snowdrop. Every one of its maps, at least the last time we saw it, were locations from the Division 1 and 2, and 2 out of its 4 factions are from the Division world, the Outcasts and the Cleaners. At some point along the way, somebody must have decided that having a crossover game would be super rad. And so now it is not a Division game by name. It has the Wolves from Ghost Recon and the Echelon from Splinter Cell as the game's other 2 factions. And I should mention that, as you can see in the gameplay, it is a first-person 6v6 arena shooter with different objectives and game modes, similar to what you might find in Call of Duty or Overwatch. Not too long after this thing was revealed last year, they held a round of closed testing, not that dissimilar to the Division Heartland if you follow me or that game. However, while this one was NDA, they seem much more lenient with the leaks and whatnot, and several creators were given permission to post gameplay online, hence the footage you are seeing in the background right now. Now, after that testing concluded, which was in August, I believe the XDefiant page and team went radio silent, and aside from a few posts here and there, we've really heard nothing about the game's progress, except for when one of the game's leads commented on the game's likely 2022 release date, which I did a video on back then. Well, all of that leads us up to the first few days here of March 2022, where we finally have some news about what's been up with the game, and so if we head over to Twitter, I will throw some of these screenshots up on screen for you. The important people to follow, if you're so inclined, are the XDefiant account itself, and then Mark Rubin, who is the executive producer on the title. The news began last week with Patty P, who by clicking on his profile is an ex-professional Call of Duty player with World Championships in 2014 and 2018. Personally, I was unfamiliar with him, but he put out a statement which reads the following. About a month or so ago, I announced I was closing a big chapter of my life and starting a new one. Retiring from competing professionally and moving on to the world of game development, I promised you that I would be able to share some exciting news regarding that soon. Well, that day has finally come. It is my pleasure to announce that I've joined the Ubisoft San Francisco studio. I will be working on XDefiant, which is being led by industry veteran Mark Rubin, who helped create some of my favorite shooters ever. I'm joining the incredibly talented design team working on various aspects of the game: camera, controls, game modes, weapons, factions, and more. And as I mentioned before, I've been consulting since last October, and in mid-January I joined full-time. I'm extremely excited about the things to come and sharing some of that with you. For starters, closed testing is coming back soon, so make sure that you are registered on our website. I cannot wait for you to participate. Getting your feedback is super important in making XDefiant the best game it can be. See you there. Now, we'll come back to this whole thing in a minute, but you can see in a statement there that it says closed testing is returning soon. Then the official XDefiant account retweeted Patty's post saying that they're excited to share more information about our upcoming testing very soon. And then lastly, executive producer Mark Rubin, who I was just talking about, reiterated one final time upon being asked, "Is this the cool news?" He said, "And more coming soon in regards to the public testing that..." Aches? I don't know how you actually say his name mentioned. So there you have it. One interesting discrepancy here is that while Patty refers to it as the return of closed testing, Mark then says public testing is coming soon. So I don't know if this upcoming round of tests will be handled in the same way as before, where it's going to be NDA'd, or if you might actually be able to stream it this time around. Either way, I'm sure we're going to find out pretty soon. So keep an eye out on your emails for potential invites popping in. I'd say as early as the week I'm posting this video. Honestly, they made it seem like it's happening quite soon here. I will leave a link in the description to XDefiant sign-up page if you haven't already signed up for testing and want to be a part of it. If you were in it last time, like myself, then I suspect that we might already be automatically included, but we're just going to have to wait and see once those things start getting sent out. Personally, and I said this on Twitter, I'm very excited to see what's been up with the game after they've been absent for so long. I think I incorrectly said it had been 5 months since we saw the game when I posted about this thing on Twitter. It's been longer. The closed test last year began on August 5th, so that by the time it concluded, that's been just shy of 7 months since XDefiant has been seen or played by anyone in public. So I'm very excited to get a glimpse at what they've been working on. And part of what I find so unique about this game, and circling back to what we talked about earlier, is that while in the initial pitch and concept for the game, it may seem very cash grabby or shove it out the door type of vibe on Ubisoft's end, at every opportunity they've had, the XDefiant team has shown to me, at least, that they're very committed to quality and feedback. As demonstrated in Patty's post, they've gone about hiring ex-professional players in the same FPS genre to try and make XDefiant the absolute best game it can be, and this isn't anything new. Back when it was revealed last summer, there were dozens of content creators who got to make early videos on the game before the official reveal and said that they had been doing consultation on the development of the game for several months leading up to that reveal, providing their outlook and advice on gameplay, movement, camera, guns, everything. And to see that they're still doing that 7 months later, it's very inspiring. Honestly, it shows me that the team at Ubisoft San Francisco is very passionate and dedicated to bringing an actual quality, good game experience. And that makes me really happy. Mark Rubin, if you didn't know, used to be executive producer on the Call of Duty franchise, like Patty was alluding to in his post, and I think he was notably a huge figure behind Ghost's development. And while it may seem kind of copycatty for Ubisoft to hire a COD guy to lead the development and then for them to poach several COD pros to consult and help develop, again, it shows me that they're not just copying Activision's idea and shipping it out to make a quick buck. They actually want to try and create a good competitor. And as someone who enjoys their fair share of Call of Duty, having that experience be available in a world that's highly division-based and inspired, sign me up. I can't share details, but as I said, I did play XDefiant last time around when it was tested, and I'll just say that I'm quite excited to do it again this time around, so that might give you a sense of my personal thoughts on the matter. But yeah, guys, XDefiant is back. Testing appears to be right around the corner, and I will be super curious to find out the details and privateness of it all, as well as to see what kind of changes may have gone into the game over the past 7 months. That's no small amount of time, so it should be a fun surprise. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and be sure to subscribe with notifications on to be updated every time I upload. Let me know your thoughts on this recent news for Tom Clancy's XDefiant. What are your thoughts on the game as a whole? And perhaps like me, are you excited to see what's changed with the game over the past 7 months? I know this game is certainly not everybody's cup of tea, and but to be honest, it's kind of fun having a game to talk about that's a little bit different and cover than, our usual Division stuff. So yeah, curious to hear all of your thoughts. That's going to do it for me today, though. Everybody, once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until the next one, guys, RogueGold out.